Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture we will learn about Spring Boot Starter Parent project in Spring Boot. Well, the Spring Boot Starter Parent is a special parent project that provides default configurations, dependency version management, and Maven plugin setup for all Spring Boot applications. Whenever you generate a new Spring Boot project using Spring Initializer, this parent dependency is automatically included at the top of your pom.xml file. Let's open our Spring Boot application in IntelliJ IDEA and check this out. If you go to your pom.xml, you will notice a parent tag. Inside that, you will find the group id.org.springframework.boot, the artifact id spring-boot-starter-parent. This parent project acts like a central manager for your Spring Boot application. It defines the default Java version, manages dependency versions, and configures all the required Maven plugins that help build and run your application. Now let's go one step deeper. The Spring Boot Starter parent itself also has a parent dependency, which is called Spring Boot dependencies. So this is a hierarchy. Your application's POM inherits from Spring Boot Starter parent, and the starter parent inherits from Spring Boot dependencies. And this Spring Boot dependencies project is where all the version management happens. It contains the full list of dependency versions used throughout Spring Boot 4. If you open that file, you will see a large properties section that defines the version numbers of hundreds of libraries like Hibernate 7.1.4, Jakarta Persistence 3.2, Spring Framework 7.0R C2, and many more. So what does that mean for us as developers? It means that we no longer have to specify versions for these libraries in our own project. Spring Boot automatically manages them for us through the parent POM. Let's understand this with a quick example. Suppose in your pom.xml you add a dependency like Spring Boot Starter Web MVC or Spring Boot Starter Data JPA. You will notice we never specify a version. That's because the Spring Boot Starter parent, through its parent Spring Boot dependencies, automatically provides and manages the correct versions for all Spring Boot Starter modules. Now let's talk about the default configurations that come from the Spring Boot Starter parent. One of the key defaults is the Java version. By default, Spring Boot 4 uses Java 17 as the target version. But you can easily override this. Just go to the properties section in your pom.xml and define the property java.version with your preferred version. Once you update it, the compiler plugin will automatically use that Java version across your build. Next, let's talk about the Maven plugin management that comes pre-configured through the parent. If you scroll down inside the Spring Boot dependencies project, you will see a large plugin management section that defines and locks versions for all common Maven plugins used in a modern Spring Boot 4 project. Some examples include the Maven compiler plugin, Maven jar plugin, Maven surefire plugin, Maven failsafe plugin, Maven war plugin, and the Spring Boot Maven plugin. For instance, Spring Boot 4 uses Maven compiler plugin version 3.14.1, surefire plugin 3.5.4, jar plugin 3.4.2, and war plugin 3.4.0, all pre-configured automatically. This means you don't have to manually add these plugins to your pom.xml. Spring Boot Starter parent already takes care of it. So without adding a single extra line, your project is already equipped to compile, test, package, deploy, and even build native executables if needed. Now let's see how version overriders work. Imagine that the parent POM defines Hibernate 7.1.4 by default, but you want to use a newer release, say 7.2.0. You can simply copy the property name Hibernate version from the Spring Boot dependencies POM and paste it into your own project's properties section, then update it to 7.2.0. This way, you can override any specific version when needed, but for most cases, the managed versions are perfectly fine. Let's summarize what we've learned. The Spring Boot Starter parent acts as the foundation of every Spring Boot application. It provides default build settings, manages dependency versions through Spring Boot dependencies, and configures all the essential Maven plugins for you. The Spring Boot dependencies project itself contains all the version properties for libraries like Hibernate, Jakarta EE, Tomcat, Spring Framework, Micrometer, Mockito, and many more. That's why we never have to specify versions manually for any of the Spring Boot starter modules. The parent project takes care of it all. So in short, the Spring Boot starter parent project simplifies dependency management, ensures consistent builds, and reduces configuration overhead, making development faster and easier. Alright, that's all about the Spring Boot starter parent project in Spring Boot. Alright, great. I'll see you in the next lecture.